Okay, hey you guys, we're gonna hop right into it. Yeah, I took shrooms for the first time, allegedly. But in case the feds watching. But yeah, this was a big deal for me because I don't do drugs. I don't even smoke weed. I'll start with the reason I took shrooms. Like, okay, I don't even lie. I suffer from depression and anxiety. And the fucking depression was beating my ass. Like, the depression and anxiety had me in a fucking chokehold. Like, I was fucking suffering. Like, going to therapy. My therapist wanted me to take medicine, but I don't want to take no medicine. You know, I don't want to take no pills to feel good, so I'm trying to fight the shit. I'm praying, I'm going through it. Like, man, I was in such a dark fucking place. You know, so I'm just looking online, Googling stuff, and I came across people, like, I'm looking for natural remedies, right? And so I Googled them. People were talking about microdosing shrooms, right? Microdosing is when, like, you take, I guess, like a piece of the shroom, a little piece of the shroom, and you take it every day. And there was a bunch of studies on it, a bunch of PTSD war veterans had took, and they were just like, oh, it just changed their life. And so I was like, I think this is it. So I'm just doing research on shrooms. I done watch like Netflix documentaries on magic mushrooms. I'm all in Reddit forums. You know, I'm asking around, asking people how they took shrooms. You know, I'm doing the research. So I got my hands on some shrooms, and after doing the research, I'm like, I didn't want to microdose it. I didn't want to just take a mini piece, because I'm doing the research and saying when you actually take shrooms, like the full thing, you eat the whole mushroom or 2 mushrooms, you'll go like on a spiritual journey. Like you do an ego death, and it's like, you know, you come outside your body and you see yourself, and you just learn things about yourself, and you get the answers to the world and world peace and all this good stuff. So I wanted the real experience. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna microdose. I want to cure this freaking depression. Like, I want to get rid of it. I want to do I want the whole real experience. I was scared as fuck. What did the high feel like? Like, if I could compare it to another high. I would say it felt like weed, but without the haze. Like, it wasn't smoking. It was a clean high, but it was comparable to weed. And the whole inside of my body started feeling warm. And I remember voice messaging Diamond, and it was like, I was like, I feel like I just took a bunch of shots. You know how when you take shots or you drink alcohol, like you start feeling like warm on the inside, warm in your chest, and that tingly feeling when you just throwing back shots? That's how it felt. And she was like, it sounded like you took some shots. So apparently I sounded like happy or whatever. I wasn't doing no crazy hallucinations, but I did have like a lamp, and I would look at it, and it'd be like, it seemed like it was like rotating, like it was a rotating lamp, but it's not a fucking rotating lamp. It's a regular lamp. But when I was on my trip, it was like rotating. I laughed, I cried. I laughed and cried at the same time, you know? It wasn't a bad experience. I was really cautious. Like, I had 2.5 grams, right? But I only took like 1.5 grams. Then after like halfway through my trip, like when I felt myself coming down, I took the rest. And it didn't make me go back up to my peak. It just sustained it. So it wasn't bad. But then again, like, I was cautious with it. You know, I didn't do like 5 grams. I didn't do no heroic dose. You know, because I didn't do like 5 grams, I really wanted to do the ego death. Because in my head, I'm like, if I do the ego death, I can cure my freaking depression, anxiety, and all my mental health issues, and I'll be great. I wanted to have the experience where, you know, I wanted the ego death where I come outside of my body, or I see my inner child. Like, I wanted the real shit where I talk to my inner child and I come outside, like an out-of-body experience. But I wasn't that damn high. But I got the key. I got the keys. And, you know, would I do it again to get the ego death? I don't know. I need to apply the things that I learned. I need to like focus on that. So I don't have no desire to do it again. Maybe microdosing. Taking a little piece every day. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. Okay, so did the magic mushrooms cure my depression? No. No, it did not.
God damn! God damn! God damn!
What?
Fuck!
kid not. For about 3 days, maybe even 2.5 days after that, I was good. Like I felt like I was waking up in the morning and I didn't feel like a heaviness. I was waking up those next 2 days and I was just hopeful about life. And I was like, yeah. And then it stopped. So it stopped and it kind of went back to normal. But what helps is when all those things I journaled while I was on my trip, I put them in my notes. So during really tough times, really sad times, I can go back and look at everything I wrote and reflect on those things. But I think if you microdose magic mushroom, which you take a piece every day, it's supposed to sustain you and make you feel good every day. But remember, I didn't microdose it. I just took, I think, like 2.5 grams of penis envy. I think that's what it was called, because mushrooms are shaped like penis. Anyway, but yeah, I took that, and so that sustained me for like 3 days. Once I'm at the peak of my my trip, that's when I started journaling, and these thoughts kept coming to me. My daughter was calling me. I was dropping gems. It's like I was like Gandhi. Like I was wise when I was in this state, and I had this stream of consciousness. Like the things I wrote down and the things I was telling my daughter is literally the keys to success, and it's the keys to cure my own mental health issues and my own problems. I just gotta listen to them. I just gotta heed it. So I wrote it down, and here are some of the things I learned. And it's not like I learned things I didn't know. It just put things into perspective. Like all the things I wrote down are things you know, I know, we all know, but like literally it's like it's what's important. And if I treat those things that I wrote down as if they're important, I knew them already, but like that's all that matters. So, first thing I wrote down is I'm me, and I can't hold others to such high standards. They will never be me. So you can't be placing these high expectations on people or expecting people to move how you move, because they ain't you. So I don't know, I guess that maybe that means like lower your expectations, accept people for who they are. You know, I'm me, and everybody can't be me, and everybody ain't cut like me, so I can't expect me from other people who are different individuals. Period. Think about that. That's deep. It's something you already knew, but it's like, yeah. Okay, acceptance was a big huge theme throughout my whole trip. Like acceptance kept coming back up. Accepting people, accepting your situation, you know, just accepting things and not stressing about it. Like just acceptance, you know. So it's acceptance, but don't accept anything. Like if you're in a bad situation, or you dealing with a person that's lackluster or like not top tier, but acceptance, don't stress out about it, but you don't gotta accept anything. Like you can accept a person. I accept you, but I don't have to accept your behavior. You know, this is who you are, and it is what it is. I accept you and I release you, or I accept this situation and I release the situation. I'm gonna change the situation, but don't like stress and be just acceptance. So acceptance, but don't accept anything. Period. I mean, it sounds so simple, but it was hitting me like, oh, I got the keys. These are the keys to life. Okay, anyway. Third point. Timing is everything. Stop worrying. I'm one of those people that have struggled with worrying about like, I'm supposed to have this by this time. I'm supposed to have this by this time. I'm supposed to have this by this time. I'm supposed to make this amount of money by this time. I'm supposed to have this. I'm supposed to meet this person. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, I'm supposed to be driving this by now. I'm supposed to be living here by now. You know what I'm saying? So stop worrying about a timeline. Like, stop worrying about stuff. Timing is everything. Trust your journey. Trust your journey. Everything is going to work out when it's supposed to work out. Just be the best person. You can be, you know, put your best foot forward, give your best effort every day, but stop worrying, and don't worry about time. Time is an illusion. Time isn't real. Don't worry about it. Okay, fourth point. Who are we to our children? Who are we to our children? That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Like literally, that's all. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Who cares what these folks on social media think, these folks at your job think, your homegirl think. Like, who cares? Like, if you got, just I guess this don't apply to you if you ain't got kids, I don't know. But when you have kids, like, who are you in your children's eyes? Like, who are you? Who do your children, what do your children think of you? Do they look at you and are your children proud of you? Like, who are we to our children? That was so heavy to me. Who are we in our children's eyes? Like, period. Be the best you can be for your children. Make sure your children are proud of you. Period. Okay. This was another one. Children acceptance and children were a big theme in my trip. It's about legacy. Like, everything that I have that is good, like, your children are entitled to it. Any good thing that I have, any good experience, any good thing, my children are entitled. I only have one child, but your children are entitled to any good thing that you have. It's their birthright. They're entitled to it. And your children are important. Anything you have that is good, you owe it to your children for them to experience it too. Take your kids on a trip. I don't know, do nice things for your kids. You do nice things for yourself. You experience nice things. You know, you are a nice person. You have good qualities. Instill those qualities into your children. Give your children good experience. They're entitled to it. They're literally born into it. They're your kids. They deserve it. What are you leaving for your children? That was another point. Like, and I had Donda playing in the background. You know that song was like off the grid. And he's like, this is for my kids. Like, it's all about legacy. Like, what are you leaving for your kids? Like, yeah, grind for yourself to stunt for yourself, but like, set up shit like generational wealth. Like, what are you leaving for your kids? Like, make sure your kids straight, and make sure your kids so straight that their kids be straight. Like, you know, this for my kids. Donda was hitting. That whole album was hitting on my trip. Check it out. Yeah, but nothing else matters. The big theme was acceptance and your children. Who are you to your children? What are you leaving for your children? Your children are entitled to all the great things you experience. Leaving a legacy for your children is what matters. Like, don't have your children out here broke. If you've been struggling, making sure your kids ain't gotta struggle. Period. That's like the American dream. But like, leader, that's all that matters. Like, look out for your kids, bro. Who are we to tell gay people anything? Who the fuck am I to tell gay people you wrong? Like, that ain't none of my business. What gay people got going on ain't none of my business. Who are we to tell gay people anything? How to live, how to dress, who to have sex? That ain't got nothing to do with me. Mind your and that was back into acceptance. You can accept things, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I accept you. Do what you gotta do over there. Like, don't tell gay people living a life. You don't know what gay people have been through, like the challenges they face. Who are we to tell gay people anything? Mind your business. Mind your business. Like, the fuck? They're like, it dawned on me, like, who the fuck are we? Well, I'm not the type of person that go out and say something to gay people anyway. But it's just like, who are we to tell gay people how to live? Like, they ain't telling us how to live. Like, well, they shouldn't be. Normally, they don't tell us how to live. But yeah, like, who are we to tell gay people anything? Let them folks do they ain't none of my business. They ain't got nothing to do with me over here. Okay? Y'all do you. Live. Sure. Go for it. You know, it's your life. It's your world. Don't got nothing to do with me. Live your life. Another point. Enjoy the good possibilities. This was big for me because, like, I have like I struggle with catastrophic thinking, or thinking about the worst case scenario or what could go wrong. Think about the good possibilities. A lot of things could go wrong, but a lot of things could go right. Focus on that. Think about the good things that could happen. Stop worrying about the bad things that might happen. Think about the good things that could happen, and maybe they will happen. They probably, like, don't enjoy the good possibilities. Yeah, there's a lot of bad possibilities, but there are also a lot of good possibilities. A lot of good could happen. A lot of good things can happen out of any situation. Go into a situation thinking about the good things that could happen. This would go right. Go into a situation thinking this could go right. When you meet a person thinking like, this could go right instead of this could go wrong. How this go wrong? I already know they gonna fuck up. I don't think I'm gonna get this job, or I don't feel like, just a lot of good things could happen in a day. Every day, a lot of good things could happen. When you meet a person, a lot of good things. It's a lot of good possibilities that could happen. So enjoy the good possibilities and focus on what feels good. When you think about the good possibilities, or whatever feels good to you, think about that makes you have a good feeling in your chest and your stomach and your brain. Think about that stuff often. Why would you focus on thinking about stuff that make you feel bad? Stop thinking about that. Focus on what feels good. Children are a big deal. I put big deal in all caps. Children are a big deal. Y'all out here having kids like it's nothing. Y'all out here having, like, a child, a baby, you bringing forth a whole human being that you're responsible for. A whole nother human being is a big deal. This is a new person. This is a new creature. Like, stop having kids. Like, don't just be having kids out here willy-nilly. I don't know who needed to hear that. I feel like I already knew this though, but children are a big deal. So you got to be strategic about who you have kids with. You got to be strategic about the timing in which you have kids. Like, I know shit happened, but shit can be done. So I ain't gonna get too much into it, but look, be strategic about having kids. Having kids is a big deal, bro. Like, you can't just be out here having, y'all be out here having kids like it's just, you know, oh, it's a kid, it's not a big deal. 4, 5, like, y'all ain't in the best situations. Y'all with ain't shit people. Y'all with ain't shit baby daddies, or your baby mama problematic and toxic and crazy. Like, stop bringing kids into bullshit. Y'all ain't in the best financial situation. Y'all fucking struggling. You keep having more kids. You had a kid, he don't take care of that kid. You have a kid, buy him again. Like, what? Make it make sense. Like, kids are a big deal. I knew this already, but shrooms, I guess this was a mission for somebody, because I only got 1 kid. I learned from my mistake. But that shit, stop treating kids like it's just nothing. Like, it's okay. It's a whole life. That shit's serious. I don't know, I'm getting passionate about kids. Is serious. That's a big deal. That ain't no little play shit. This is a whole human being. It's a person that you're responsible for. Like, and then you got this tie to their other parent for the rest of your life. Try. Stop doing dumb shit.
Stop! Just do something else! Just, god damn it! Do something different! Do something else! That's it! That's all we want! Do something else! Holy...
Okay, this is a good one. There are many pathways to happiness if you just open yourself up to them. I guess I struggle with thinking there's this one set way, this one pathway, which I gotta do this comes first, and this comes first, and then this comes first, and I gotta be this type of person, or I gotta have this type of job, or live this type of way, or look this, I don't know. This could apply to anybody, but there are many pathways to happiness. Don't limit yourself. Don't put yourself into a box. Try something different and you might be happy. There are many pathways to happiness. You just got to open your heart and your mind up to them. There's more than one way to do something. There's more than one way to reach a destination. And if happiness is your destination, it's not just one road. It could be a road and a detour and a shortcut and a bridge and a tunnel. There's more than one way to reach a destination. There are many pathways to happiness. You just got to open yourself up to them. Work with what you have. What Mariah Carey said,
I'll do the best I can with what I got.
Oh!
Period. I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. Work with what you got. You might not be in the most ideal situation. You might not be where you want to be right now, but be thankful for what you do have, and, you know, put in the best effort with what you do have. Do the best you can with what you got, literally. And you'll be a little bit more at peace. Like, this is what I got right now. This is the situation I'm in right now. This is my world right now. Make the best of it. What you eat matters. What you eat matters. What you put into your body matters. Like, stop eating that bullshit. And ever since I started, like, eating healthier, I look at this, when y'all go grocery shopping, I look at folks in the grocery store and what's in their basket, and it's garbage. Most of us are out here eating garbage. Like, what you eat matters. Health is literally wealth. Okay? I'm 75% pescatarian. Don't play with me. I can show you the, wait, you see, hold up. You see that? Stop. I mean, I was like this anyway, even when I wasn't healthy. I'm just cut different. But, you know, this how I'm gonna maintain it. Yeah, but what you eat matters. Health is literally wealth. Like, the things we put into our body, try to eat healthier. Like, you'll feel better. You'll look better. And when you look good, you feel good, period. Rest in knowing you'll get the things that you want. Which goes back to an earlier point. But you can put this into a Bible verse. Some of those things, I'm gonna link the Bible verse. It's something about faith. Those things as they not as though they were. Having faith, know that what you want, what you praying for, what you believing for, what you desire, know that it's gonna happen and let it go. Like, don't stress about it. Just be at peace and know that what you want is eventually going to happen for you, and be positive that it's going to happen. If you know it's going to happen, why are you worried right now if you know it's going to happen later on? So it's just about having faith and stuff. So yeah, rest in knowing you'll get the things you want. Show people compassion. Be nice to people. Be kind to people. Be compassionate to people and what they're going through. Be nice to people. You want people to be nice to you. Show people compassion. Do unto others that you want them to do unto you. Like, this was just thoughts that was just coming to me, like big things, and I was writing them down. A lot of these thoughts are tied into other thoughts, but yeah, another thought was stop obsessing over the end result. So some people come into your life for seasons, and not even just people. You may have a job for a certain season. Anything, things happen in seasons, and just stop obsessing over the end result about how it's gonna end. Live in the moment. And I gotta work on that. I'm still struggling with that. Like, be in the moment. Enjoy the present moment. Focus on the present. I think the next book I'm gonna read is The Power of Now, and it's about being present. Stop stressing over what's gonna happen in the end. Just what's happening right now. What's happening right now? That's where I'm at right now. So focus on what's happening right now. Stop obsessing over the end result. Know that what you want will come. All caps. Will come. So we talked about this like 5 times already, so moving on. There are a lot of good possibilities if I just open myself up to them, which is like the other 5 previous points. I don't know, but God was trying to get these, he was trying to drill these same things in my head, so he was just saying it different ways. Like, I gotta stop stressing and have faith and know everything I want, the life I want to live, everything that I want is gonna happen for me. Period. I can't stress and be sad and depressed. Okay, this is my last point. This may not be for you, or it could be for you. This would be for anybody, but I know this was for me. It said, I wrote down, when I have a son, it will be pure ecstasy, an entirely euphoric experience. So my first pregnancy, I was a teenager. I was like 16. It was, don't get emotional. It was very, very traumatic for me, and I still have some issues around it because it was just like, it was the most, one of the darkest periods of my life. Then afterward, like, having her was traumatic. It was a very lonely experience. It still feels lonely at this point, and she's 13 years old. Like, it just wasn't good. But my daughter, someone told me, you know, my daughter is a part of my story. She's a part of my story. She's a part of my come up. We all we got, and you gotta do the best you can with what you got. But when I have a son, it'll be my second chance at motherhood, and it's gonna be different. Like, everything is gonna be different, which goes into me being strategic about having kids, and kids are a big deal. But this second time, it's gonna be literally a second chance at motherhood, but it's gonna be like the first time, because it's gonna be like completely different. It's gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy to be pregnant. It's not gonna be like the end of the world. I'm gonna have my husband. You know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna be happy. Like, it's not gonna feel like a burden. It's not gonna feel like, why me? Why did this happen to me? It's gonna be different, and it's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be a different type of, they say when you have a son, it's like you love all your kids. If you have little girls, you love them, but it's like, you know, when you have a son, they say it's like, it's a different type of love. It hit different. And you know, when the time comes, it's just gonna give me a different level of joy. I'm just gonna be, that's what God told me. It's gonna be euphoric. It's gonna be like, it's gonna feel like drugs. It's gonna feel like endorphins. Like, I'm gonna be just happy. It's gonna be ecstasy. So yeah, I took magic mushrooms, allegedly.